Alright. This game is not suitable for children who are easily disturbed. You hear that? So if you're disturbed with this game, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. Also, homie in chat, never mind, I'm not even gonna respond to that. And the answer is no. Individuals suffering from anxiety, depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review any details and content warning? What may contain spoilers, alternatively in-game. Would you like to review all the detailed content warnings, which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warning can be enabled. I want it all turned on. No. I don't want to be spoiled, so no. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and consider blah blah blah. Okay, I agree. There we go. Nah, we don't need content warning. Nah, we're good. Alright. But yeah, let us begin. Let's start a new game. Enter your name. There. That's my name. Okay. Hey. I see an annoying girl running towards me in the distance, waving her arms in the air, like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend that you never see yourself making today, but it just kinda works out because you've known each other for so long. Well, thank you, Dark Elf Lover, for the head parody. Yee. Next acting up. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around the high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking her up. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sighed and idled in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because you decided to stop. Only because I decided to stop and wait for you. And you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Miyu. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, and I don't want them to think we would be a couple or anything. That's fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We crossed the street together and made our way to school. As we draw near the street, it became increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Miyu, have you decided a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not fair. Or true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, and it's one of those conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she was going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me. When I'm perfectly content, I'm just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me worry about you. Alright, alright. Wait, hold on. What's the... Oh, okay. Is this the same? This seems like the same game. Interesting. I don't know, the text did change a little bit. Okay. I think now that I think about it, I think the trailer I saw or something was showing the console menu or something, which was completely different. I think I downloaded. Yeah, no, this is okay. Yeah, this is VDLC Plus, I think. Yeah. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess. I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at the least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. School days is as ordinary as ever, and it'll be over before I know it. After I packed up my things, I stared blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Yes. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I am the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but then I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if you're gonna be late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah. There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since he was the first one to show interest, after all, the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of Vice President. That being said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Farewell. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or is that she is so cunning as to have planned this all out. I let a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs. A section of school I rarely visit. Sayuri's full of energy. Swings open the classroom doors. Hey everyone, the new member is here. I told you I'm not a new member. I glanced around the room. Oh, welcome to the Literature Club. Nice pleasure to meet you. Sayuri always says the nicest things about you. Seriously, who brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Miyu. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the Literature Club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you wanted to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the soul attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She also is one who made cupcakes, according to Sayuri. You can ignore her when she gets moody. Sayuri says quietly into my ear, and then she turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. The girl who appeared comparatively more mature and timid seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It is great to see you again, Miyu. Monika smiled sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk. We were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... you too, Monika. Come, sit, Miyu. We made a room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I was a bit too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desk arranged to form a table. As Sayuri mentioned, it's been widened, so there is some space next to Monika and one space next to Sayuri. Natsuki and Yuri walks over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh. Natsuki lifts the foil tray to reveal dozens of fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. And the whiskers are drawn in with icing, and the little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Aw, so cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sayuri grabs the first one, and then Monika, I follow. It's delicious. And Sayuri talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my finger, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bit down. The icing, the sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayuri said. Well, maybe. But not for you. No. But not for you, dummy. Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacups in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You seem to keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, she does... Oh my god. Thank you for the baka redeem. Of course, for that moment. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know? I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy the tea. Wait 1 second. I think I can use the enter key as well. Okay, let me just move my desk a little. Alright. There we go. Okay, there we go, it works. I'm glad. Yuri's faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I didn't. I was afraid to answer that question. Something's telling me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed to be really happy here, so... that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be the board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Is the music too loud? Okay, it's like, let me lower it a little. There we go. Alright. Aha! Okay, now it was loud for my headset. Aha, well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into the literature club, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika is really a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you are both fun and worth a while. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Everyone, right everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Just different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they are so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their levels of enthusiasm about literature. So Miyu, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have any good way of answering that. Manga? I quietly muttered to myself, half-jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perked up. It looks like she wanted to say something, but she remains quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces a rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that built deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them amazes me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. I see. He's in the isekai. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. He seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes lit up as she finds her comfort in her world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories about deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. Yes, he's definitely the type that listens to creepypastas. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you off loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot. You see, chat? There you go. I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I've read a horror book once. I listened to tons on the internet. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Oh really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? It's just... Natsuki darts her eyes over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You said that you like to write down cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you the idea? You left a piece of paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called, don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is as cute as you are. Saori sits behind Natsuki and puts her head over her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Yuri, that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is to write to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, showing even that the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your works, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for you as Yuri. Aw, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. So... Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home. And write a poem of our own. And then, next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, it'll help us to get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen our bonds in the club. Why don't we just play an icebreaker or something? Isn't that right, Miyu? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what had been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought, you all. I'm defenseless against all these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. I'm writing poem. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right? Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Oh, one by one the girls' eyes light up. Yay, I'm happy. Sayori unwraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been seriously pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring to the next meeting so we all can share. Monica looks over at me once more. Miyu, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I can already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Miyu, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never really walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for her clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us departed the club room and made our way to our homes. The whole way, my mind wandered back and forth between 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts the writing poem tonight. Said that last sentence really badly, I know. Time to write a poem. I don't know, does chat want to pick the words for me? Pick words for your favorite club member. Will like something good might happen. Is there like a secret poem? Is there like a code or something hidden that I could do? Could I do like the Konami code with these poems? Alright, I can save. That's a good idea, chat. There we go. History. Oh, okay. Good idea. I can just save and then go back. Let's pick like the most messed up. There's like a bug on my goddamn monitor. There we go. Okay, let's pick like the most messed up words, I guess. Yeah. Or should I do? I feel like marriage. Oh, okay. Marriage. Okay, so they do perk up. So wait, if we do sadness, that's also her. Oh. Papa? Okay, that's Natsuki. Massacre, that's Yuri. It's understandable with the amount of horror stuff she likes. Unrestrained? That's Yuri as well. Lust? Yuri as well. I feel like I'm picking too many Yuris. Graveyard, Melody, Smile, Jump, Boop. That's Natsuki. I just got the achievement. Doki Doki Poetry Slam. Let's see. Embrace Vibrant Desire Swimsuit. Natsuki. Chocolate. Bliss Proof Journal. Oh, a ribbon. Okay, Natsuki again. Skirt? Okay, that's for Natsuki. Pain. Oh, that's Sayori. Kitty? That's Natsuki. Tone, Analyze, Heartbeat, Destiny, Time. Let's see. Yuri. Cheer. That's Sayori. Okay, let me. Socks? Socks? Socks. Oh, that's Natsuki. Death. That's probably Yuri. Hawaii. Broken. Happiness. Happy. That's. Climax. Bubbles. Calm. Covert. Shame. Icky. Pleasure. Feel like that might be Yuri. Vertigo. Now that I think about it, what if I did like a poem where it's like 10 words? Actually, no, I got like 20, so how do I split that? I wonder if it's possible. Now that I think about it. Actually, no, it's not possible. Okay, if it was like 30 words, then I could have just done one for each, like, you know, split it half and half. Who would react to shame? Shame? I feel like that would be Yuri. Yeah? Oh, it's Sayori, never mind. Interesting. Sugar, that's probably Natsuki. Uncontrollable, that's probably... Is that Yuri? I think so. Yep. Bouncy. Candy, email, vanilla, Valentine bed. Bouncy. Okay, that was Natsuki. Hair, twirl, melancholy, wrath. Constipation. Which girl do I want to woo? I don't know. I guess whoever I woo in my random poem of random words, you know? Melancholy, wrath, inferno. Oh, that was Yuri. I don't know. So forever who kept track, hi again, Miyu. I'm glad to see that you didn't run away from us, ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I'll at least keep to my word. I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is hanging out. Thank you for keeping your promise, Miyu. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commute for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature is not when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Miyu is always giving it her best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with the busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room, taking care of me. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Hehehehe. Hey, you two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Miyu can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the whole weird situation that she put me into. Uh-oh, Yuri even bought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, just don't worry about it, yeah. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. Yes. So, any nice gestures from you is a pleasant surprise. It makes me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. It won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Oh, alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So, I placed out a book and thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it could keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want. It's like a freaking picture book or something. It's like, oh, thank you, Yuri, for this book. I'll look at it. This is... how is this girl accidentally being so cute? See, even picked out a book that I like, despite me not reading much. He brings in the hungry caterpillar. Thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. If. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing about what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Oh, man. It looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and I'm listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to see really lame... Yeah. We probably seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. Festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is the idea of literature clubs sounding too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way to show that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. Eh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, no one will come in the first place if it's a literature club. Oh, thank you, Boogie, for the biddies. Miyu. Well, green clovers. Thank you. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is actually taking this seriously. Rare to hear her deliberating like this. Ah, good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, we could. Cupcakes. Ah, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. Wasn't that why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyways, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But there lies the unexpected reason why I admired her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to something and make it come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about everything. Can't help but wonder, what would it be like to see through her eyes? I opened my eyes to find Sayori smiling at my vision. I nearly fell out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school even have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say it so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You always are looking out for me, Sayori. Hehehe. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week you have gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. Can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair, it's sticking out all around. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need to brush all of this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't even straight either. And there's toothpaste on your collar right here. I try to wipe the stain off with my finger. But no one will ever notice that. Of course they would. No one's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. You're a meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori? Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Notice that I noticed. Oh. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better you look, you'll change your mind. Oh. Hehe. This is so funny. What is? Well... I was just thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does this kind of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it or stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess? Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? Struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Hey. If you were to button it, you would have noticed it sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say it out loud. Anyways. You look much better now, so... Why do I feel so strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's too stuffy. Ugh. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew. That's much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So, if I keep it unbuttoned, I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying it like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, I wouldn't even let you do a thing like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else could anyways. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Anyways, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed early. Fine. That's a deal. It's a deal. Hee. I guess we are better at taking care of each other than we are of taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share our poems now? Yay! Miyu, I can't wait to read yours. Same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, do you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find out much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from her spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica writes hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica pristine handwriting from here. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complete as well, reaching in their bags. I do the same myself. See. Oh boy, I gotta pick. I guess this is another moment where I save. Who should I show it to first? I'm probably last. Or wait, does it matter? Should I... Wait, is one of the options where I pick one and... No? You don't think so? Okay, I'll go to, Natsuki? I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It'd probably be fair if I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. But excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotion. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Hey. Anyways, I guess I'll show you mine. Not that you like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap. Horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? I'll just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in school thinks that writing has to be so sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't that the point of a poem, for people to express themselves? Your writing wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, actually. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem? Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but I then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last time. You did? I guess you're more went into it than I realized. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. To be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, didn't you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I really don't care how old everyone is here, but if Natsuki feels proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? Mika. Hi, Miyu. Having a good time so far, are we? Yeah. Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Oh, alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow. Oh, they just say the whole 18 thing at the beginning of the game. Yeah. Anyways, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Miyu. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well... we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, in that case, maybe there is also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like you two really care about each other's well-being. Even if it shows in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you would think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when I read your poem. Are you sure you're not reading into it too much? It could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. In that case, Sayori's writing has the kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes to explore with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that I totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you wouldn't be afraid to experiment a little either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. It is the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone might be a little blazed towards their own kind of style. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the ways everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ahaha. Ahaha. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Hey, don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claimed that they're not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I'm always feeling that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me to see the direction of the speckle protrude, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for clues. No, I can't see. I reel the blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. I return. I'm already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright, it was too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in it, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Oh. I feel like this is saying something. You know, mini Miyu. 1 second. There you go. So, what do you think? It's very free-forming, if that's what you call it. I'm sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis into the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany, you say? An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming very on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just foresee yourself to getting something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is like this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. And that's my advice for today. Thank you for listening. Okay. Who should I show my poem to next? How about Yuri? Or Sayori? Monica said she'll like it. Oh my goodness. It's so good, Miyu, eh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well...
Some good sage advice.
Maybe that's why. Because you have no idea what I... Because I have no idea what I like either. Ha 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 ha.
Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little bit more constructive than this. Are you sure you didn't like it just because I wrote it?
Eh? Well, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So, when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's Miyu's poem. And that makes it extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're weird, Sayori.
Hehehe. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you are really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room.
Of course. I'm not really into it yet, but
that doesn't mean I'll be breaking my promise. Oh, thank you for the follow, PogChamp.
Whoa.
See?
It's like I said before, Miyu. Deep down, you're not as selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this is for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thank you, Sayori. I'm not really sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't really deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah? And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? And will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like I missed you, kissing my forehead, who helped me help me out of the bed, making me rub the sleepiness from my eyes. Why are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh.
Sayori. This is just a guess, but do you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about yourself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. And I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me.
This is so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. Next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Who should I show my poem? Well, I mean, Yuri. Only other option here. Hello, Yuri.
Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, just don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is the first time... this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why are you asking? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it, though. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face into her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes, and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to the new people. It's fine, I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. Second. Alright. I think the most noticeable thing I've ever recognized in new writers is that they try to make their very style very deliberate. In other words, they try to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two pieces together. In the end, the results in both style that's impressive and weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought is as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something that you can be blamed for. There are many types of skills and techniques into writing. Even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by examples and trying new things, and I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you vulnerable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased how? Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. That's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts, the process behind it. Yuri smiles demurely, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which myself, it's kinda funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Got it, guys, he has really hard cursive. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illustrates beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstand the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't even thinking about that. But it took you long to read. Well, I just don't read the script very often. Script? I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it wasn't really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all, not at all. I mean, have you seen Natsuki's? I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's your first time sharing, I want to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Ooh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Miyu. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember that a poet often expressed their thoughts and feelings and experiences over their work. And they usually do tell a simple story or paint a picture. In that case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost. Lingering in her past remains the comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more Solomon putting it that way. I haven't even thought of it like that. That's impressive. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you liked it. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they just are being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up for getting myself into this. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging the sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki eyebrows furious in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem onto a desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's, fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can it be cute? I know that. I just mean... your language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you had tried that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it, and Miyu did too. So based on that, will gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't appreciate it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Miyu liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress the new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not it, you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous me you appreciate my advice more than he appreciate yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you being full of yourself? No. I wasn't being full of myself. I was deliberately going out of my way to make everything I do
overly cutely.
Ooh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Miyu starts showing up.
Natsuki. Natsuki. I think that's a little... This doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting.
Both girls suddenly turned towards me as I just noticed I was standing there. Oh, thank you for the hydrate redeem, Boogie. Miyu. She's trying to make me look bad.
That's not true.
She started it. If she could get over with herself and learn to appreciate what simple writing is more effective,
then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
what is the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Second. The meaning shouldn't jump over the readers, not to force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Miyu. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It is the only way to convey complex feelings, and meanings is the most effective. Avoiding them is to not unnecessarily limit yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Miyu?
Well?
How did I get myself dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever agrees with that they'll probably think more highly of me. Who do I agree with? Oh boy, I have no idea. Should I ask Sayori to help me? Can I do that? Should I be like, help me, Sayori? You know, I got choices, you know? Just how about you help me, Sayori? Natsuki. Natsuki glares up. Wait, did I click on? Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I have in my mouth. So I instead turned to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression was so defenseless that I couldn't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori. Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori's uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know that your friend feels like this? Miyu. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. Your immaturity, that makes her upset in the first place. Excuse me? This isn't exactly why. Exactly why no one likes. Stop. Yeah, Natsuki, Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get together and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because they're different. Differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's is so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildering expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is... vice president. I whisper to Monika. He nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see herself getting hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. As a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. I'd say it was worth it. It was alright mostly. Miyu, how about you? Yeah, about this same. I was neat to talk about this with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from all your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. Did I learn a little more about the kind of person, about the kind of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Miyu, I'm ready to walk home. Sure, let's go. Very beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent much time together. I can't really say I am not enjoying it either. Sayori. About what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that thing happen quite often? No. That's really the first time I ever seen them fight like this. I promise they're both wonderful people. I just don't, you know, you don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Miyu, it's nice to spend time with you in the club room. I like seeing you get along with everyone, is what makes me feel the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's an easy way to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Another poem. Do I save here as well? No? Maybe? Alright. Alright, let's see, words. Maybe if I... Sunset? Okay. World. Joy? Fluffy? Strawberry? Cards, playground, IMAX. Doki Doki. Let's see. Ribbon? Maybe, let's see. Poof. Papa. Rainbow. Sweet. Kawaii. Marshmallow. Blanket. Swimsuit. Yes. Pain. Anime. Rain cloud. Yep, there you go. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I got a little bit more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Miyu. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Hehehe. I'm still not used to being in the club after all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. I guess as always, the simplest things with you anyways. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why is that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Aha. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and opens it, and then it turns upside down, let the contents spill onto the desk. 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought snacks before coming to the club room. So you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would have to lend you some. But there's one more thing. You are always hungry. And so that only leaves one option.
I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri slightly giggles. Eh? Didn't even notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book always. I wasn't listening. I was something in my book. Yes. Yuri, tell me you let me borrow some money. That's don't get me involved like this, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after putting a mischievous little stunt like that, you would suffering is fair enough to rehabilitation. Did I just, I didn't mean it like that. I just got too absorbed in my book. Ooh. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, and it's the fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept a retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there?
Hehehe.
Don't let her fool you. Sayori, I know exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys that she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
Well, come on. Give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto her desk.
Yeah. Yeah. Ow. What the? Eh?
A cookie. Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
The miracle. It's because I paid for my retribution.
Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked.
I was just going to give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes.
And it was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
It's Natsuki. That's nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes one big bite.
Ah, so good.
Wait, can I... Sayori suddenly clasped her hands under her mouth.
I bit my tongue.
Or actually, hold on. You know, I can do this. Oh, I did the thing. Oh. Hey, you're going through through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, hold on. Oh. One second. But yours is chocolate. What do you think I did that one? Are you enjoying? If you guys are wondering, I'm just freaking eating a pizza at this point while narrating. Totally not an excuse. Oh, I'm really happy to try this show, This is my excuse to eat on stream, chat. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Oh wait, hold on. Cookie still in her mouth. Natsuki reaches off and nudges Sayori off her. Sayori-san leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Well, that actually worked in context. A mouthful, Sayori trots away back to safety. Oh my god, and suplexes her. Yuri and I laugh as well. Ah, jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori that? Natsuki glances around. Monika's in the club room. Ugh. Where is Monika anyways? Good question. Have any of you heard about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That is a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course he's okay. Probably in like the 4th dimension. Probably just had something to do today. Yeah, she's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. It wasn't an option in the poems. He's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That is true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I don't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chooses the club over her boyfriend, after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up? Well, my last period was study hall. And to be honest, I kinda lost track of time. Hahaha. That makes no sense at all. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well, Monica. Well, I don't really. I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play it sometimes for us, Monica. Monica looks at her. Maybe once I get a little better, I guess. Yay! That sounds cool. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Miyu. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that any case, best of luck. Thanks. Oh, did I miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave Sayori as a mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyways. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow finishes her entire cookie. Sayori is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm surprised. I'm guessing it's not that closet over there. Rug. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her, in case she needs a hand. Yeah. You're looking for something in there? Freaking fucking Monica. Oh, thank you for the follow, baby level 3. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What is the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and a box across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't really admit you're into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyways? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kinda written all over your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of her hand. Then she turns to a box of manga and snips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing the box set of the books missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feeling. I get closely to the box and she is admiring. Hair Fate Girls. A series I've never heard of in my life. That's probably because it's either out of my demographic or is really terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass in the window. He points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging you there. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Miyu. Considering this is a lesson straight from the literature club, don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulled out the first volume of Parfair Girls in the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's extremely moe. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Then she takes a seat against the wall, beneath the windowsill. She pats the ground next to me, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't the stairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Stairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it would be much easier to be close like this? Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scoots an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space, while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I thought I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? Huh? You don't go back and flip through older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school, typical slice of life affair. Kinda grew out of these since it's rare for writing to be entertaining enough to make up the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously. You think you would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean... I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of beginning is about simple things. Like, there is a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's a kind of drama. Like, they all get into their backstories when some of the romance starts happening, like... that's really what makes it so good. And there are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? What? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I mean, I haven't yet seen you at full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about bacon. Must be a guess, but I guess there's a lot of baking in this manga. Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. What, does he likes bacon? 1 second. Alright. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't, I'm just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, you know? That's just a coincidence.
I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got into this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I'd feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Hahaha. Definitely not as a coincidence. Guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies I picked up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention that she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, we read on a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring to you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean. You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Oh, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of manga yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Look, I know those type of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, I guess, so I've gravitated towards other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, I guess that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't keep it in my own room. I don't know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monaco's kind of a jerk about it. Ugh. I can't just win, can I? Well, it's paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. At least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Haha. Jeez, that's enough. Are you going to keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot this happens. Natsuki puts her finger in one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since he gets so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... Ugh. I shouldn't be talking about that yet. I just finished this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's the stark contrast of her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki from who is a rare experience. That enough makes me smile a little bit to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Can't your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure there's enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Haha. Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she was gotten to me. She hesitantly slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. I guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happened? Yeah, but... Monica just said. Don't be dumb. Take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It wouldn't take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish this one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow?
I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind one of the shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared what will happen to me if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. Who will I show my poem to first? How about Natsuki? Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at it and then back at my poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Aren't you supposed to be bad at this? Is that a compliment? No, I mean, you know. Natsuki struggles to find the words he wants. I just expected a lot less after you showing me yesterday. That's all. Well, I guess I just got lucky this one. Yeah, exactly. You just got lucky, you know? Don't get used to it. You won't always manage to write poems this cute, I mean well written. No, so that's how it is. My poem is cute. No, why are you smiling? It's not like I like cute things. Natsuki shoves my poem back and towards me. Reading it again, I decided that it's not so great after all. It's too cute and with Doki Doki. It wouldn't only impress, you know, girls who likes those types of things. For some reason, Natsuki is incredibly easy to see through. Well, anyways, you're gonna read mine now? Judging by your taste, you'll probably like it a lot. You'll probably learn something too. Don't forget who the real pro is. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Oh wow, this is long. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sung the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, and that's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really badly. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? Quite longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was too short. I was warming up. I hope you didn't think it was the best I could do. Of course not. Anyways, the message is pretty straightforward in the poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with just simpler analogies, and it helps you realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree on the subject of the poem is an arrogant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's how everyone thinks am I. That doesn't matter. I can be about myself. I wrote it to be easy to relate. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that they're afraid if people found out they'll make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others' weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to this. And I'm sure a lot of people can too. It's what I do best, after all.
I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take from it. Like conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Maybe Sayori. She's probably going to love it. Miyu, I really love your poem. As you can see, chat. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. I'm literally just showing this to you. But your poems are so good. Yesterday, and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, yeah? I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess maybe Natsuki at the very least admit how much she likes something, but I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I mean, just you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write a poem about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in my life an adventure. Like you fucking dragged me here to this club. Even the little things. Like cooking? Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I can feel more feelings through you that I can't through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. Sigh. You'll never understand when I'm trying to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Miyu. Will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sorry, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Hi. Are you even listening to me anymore? Whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. Aha! I broke my pencil. Sayori hesitantly bent down to pick up the pieces he dropped. But being inactive of her surroundings, he bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bent over and picked up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Haha. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyways, I still haven't read your poem. Oh. Sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Please don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And then I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Every bottle is like a starlight and I'm making amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friends after friends, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. like exploring a dark cave, discovering secrets in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scalping and scalping. I blow dust off of a bottle cap. It shouldn't feel like a time elapse. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my front door. Finally all done, I open up and come in my friends. They come in a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them off myself, one after another, holding them out to every friend and every bottle. But every single time I let one go, it shatters against my tile between my feet. Happy-tots, 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 happy-tots. Shards all around the floor. They're supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I do is hear the echo, 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 echo inside my head. What? Holy crap. Barry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect it to be like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to you being more cheerful? Well, never mind. I am thinking way too hard about it. The point is, it came out good and you should feel proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like it was meant to express myself this way. Even if it helps understand my own feelings a bit better. Writing is like magic. I've gotten pretty passionate about this one, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Aha, don't get ahead of yourself. Barry always has a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. I wonder if it's one of those times. But seeing the past in her eyes makes it hard to be makes it hard to be pessimistic. Oh boy, who am I going to show my poem to next? Yuri. Ah, it's my turn. Let's see how it compares to yesterday. See. It's a bit different. I respect you for trying different things, Miyu. Were you inspired by Natsuki's poem? Or Sayori, perhaps? Well, I guess you could say that. I thought so. I'm happy for you. I kinda ironic, considering the fact that it's like, I know the words I was picking were from, like, both of their sides, compared to Yuri, and that's actually a nice, I guess you could say, detail that was added. You don't need to find inspiration in my poems. I write them down for myself, not for anyone else. So I don't really need for people to like them or anything. Yuri. Eh? I'm sorry for being blunt, but you're overthinking this a little. Just because our styles are different doesn't mean I dislike your poems. In fact, I tried to do something in your style, I would probably just do a terrible job. I see. I'm sorry. My stupid mind, it's like to do some things. Anyways. You don't need to be afraid to die. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain to turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down something you see and hear. That's one way to enable your reader into seeing your mind. That's very an intimate exercise. I see. That's a very interesting technique. Thank you for sharing. Well, examples of that if you were to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today?
Yuri nods timidly as he hands me her poem. Oh boy, it's another long one. The raccoon. Its happiness is in the dead of night while I slice the bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside the window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed a strange tenderness as unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The exciting beauty of my cutting knife was symbolic. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon incendiates its phase and reflects as much light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistened in the eyes of the raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon comes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon's hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me my excitement. A rush of blood, a classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little bit more daring than with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. There's a lot of metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't really imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express my vivid imaginary and convey emotions through them. Yeah. I take it as face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the ways I feel, for me to indulge in more unusual hobbies. In those sorts of things, I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Oh, that's funny. Huh? Didn't Natsuki also write something like that? About someone being ridiculous for a strange interest? Eh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anyone. She's right. I mean, does he really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's, interesting. To me, she seems like the kind of person that would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Just don't worry. I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing this with me. After all, I haven't learned to embrace my own weirdness. I probably would have hated myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. Monika. Hi again, Miyu. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Thus you took it out of my hand. Alright. I like it, Miyu. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ha ha ha. Oh jeez. No. It kinda makes me think of something Natsuki would write. She is the good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. Aha. If you say so. Yep. There's a lot more poems or stories out there that are more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anyone. I see. So, what you're saying is that Natsuki's kind of like that. Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert. But you probably won't find much in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning of. So I don't see it would be your kind of poem to explore. But anyways, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you like it too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. Colors won't stop, bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless and noise. The noise, it won't stop, violently grating, waveform, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, coins, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load you? What? Even more abstract than your last one, huh? Aha. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I didn't say that. It's just kinda the thing I've never really seen before, I guess. It's kinda like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how the space of your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines, really short, it feels like they were trying to speak over the noise. See, it's still hard for me to tell what's about though. Aha. Sometimes asking what the poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be based on the abstract or physical expression of the feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, it's not like every poem is about something. Anyways, here's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. And when that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this even a tip about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thank you for listening. Okay, everyone. We've all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in a few days. Well, just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do good with last-minute preparations. Don't worry too much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I designed some pamphlets so we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry. I thought you already heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing?
Monica?
Yeah, we are going to be doing a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cooler part is that we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite a poem too. Diary is putting up all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Diary, who's been coloring the posters, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up the posters, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's bad of an idea? Well, no. Not a bad idea. I just didn't sign up for this, you know? There's going to be no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I would never in my life do something like that. Imagine Yuri is shaking her head with fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days. There's a lot for asking them to recite their poems out loud in a room full of people. Guess I kinda overlooked that. I'm so sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. And if we start the event and put up a good performance, then we will inspire others to do the same. And the more people performing, the better we'll be able to show everyone the literature is all about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings. Being intimate to yourself. Finding a new horizon. Having fun. That's right. And it's the reason why we're in this club today. Don't you want to share that with the others? To inspire them to find the same feeling and that brought you here today in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The very least we can do is help out a little. Well, maybe, but... It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ugh. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thank you, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at anyone else's expectant faces. I guess I really don't have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyways, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is all too sudden. Well, if you can't recite the poems in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help anyone feeling a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through the notebook of specific poems she had in mind for herself, and then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting the poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than her inflection is resilient. She knows exactly how to apply emotions behind each line she recites, bringing each word to life. This is something she has done before, or is it simply natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. All four of us applaud. Monica takes a break and smile.
That was really good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go up next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches the sheet of paper in her hand and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glares at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts to read the poem. Just a moment ago, she was practically refused to do this. Why is she so sudden in putting so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost as if what happened to Yuri gets absorbed into her book. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of fierce and of a confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in her structure, and she enunciates with perfect timing. It must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps out back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first one to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her. We were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. So Yuri hops off the chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one is called My Miedo. Aha! Sorry I giggled. Hey. Sayori. It was a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think about it and like you're reciting it to people. Imagine you were reciting it to yourself in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made for a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I were to read the paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice is almost giving it a whole new meaning. But this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like she gets it to reach more deeply in someone than I thought I knew and thought. Sayori finishes with an applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even me liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours that were soft, sort of a gentle delivery. Wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind it, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick your poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Miyu. It's not like I can compare it to you guys anyways. Might as well let Miyu lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get over with it. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. Stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive an applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it too much. I think it's less about your ability and more about the lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that you'll improve on over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... Why are you looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyways, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts to recite her poem, her sour attitude disappears over time. While she is still a little unenthused by her poem, it has a rhyme and a rhythm to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like a bouncing up and down, as if it's giving life to her poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of people will be even more easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when I say that it's just my friends, it just gets embarrassing. That's the surprise, Natsuki. I didn't think it would be the other way around. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, you know how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much of a worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the next festival, okay? We'll be making a pamphlet, so let me know of the time that you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah. No problem. Alright, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, and I'll try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out pretty nicely so far, so I would like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's a big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alrighty. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's just for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica. And then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. Kind of adorable, isn't it? Hehehe. These guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond like that? It's okay, Miyu, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's just go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, I got a lot of things have changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, he's just spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say one day, Natsuki asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of a question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... Fuck. What do I say here? What do I say? Would I walk home with Natsuki? Or would I still walk with... Why can't I do both? I guess this is such a worry. Can save right here. Good, I can save. Maybe... Sayori. You really think I would ditch you for Natsuki? Eh? But she's so cute and fun to be around. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Miyu. I think you think about me too much sometimes. Natsuki would deserve it if she wanted to, so... I've already made up my mind. I can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird to think of Sayori to care so much about. I want to respect her and keeping her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a couple weeks away. Who knows what will happen in time. Another moment. Alright.